Hi guys, welcome. Danny here from the Magic Junk Drawer. So I'm doing these yearly spreads for each sign, and they're very general. You know, I always want to say that because if it doesn't resonate with you, it's totally cool. you know, and I say this to everyone all the time. You know, somebody was born next to Elton John on the same day, at the same time, in the same hospital, and didn't lead the same life that he is leading. You know, so sometimes things are just, it's general. So you kind of just have to look at it that way. But this is an old spread, and I'm up to right now Gemini. It's an old spread where we do one tarot. I'm using playing cards, so you pull one playing card for each month. You put them in like a clock shape, and the first month is the month that you're in, so that would sit at 1 o'clock, no matter what month you start in. So we happen to be in January, so January will be at the 1 o'clock position, but if you were to start in March, March would be at the 1 o'clock position, and then you would run through February of the following year. So it's 12 cards with one card in the middle, and that one card in the middle is the general feel for the year. All right, so let's see what we got here. And we're up to Gemini right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, the first card that you have in the January position, Gemini, is the Jack of Spades. And the Jack of Spades is like the Knight of Swords. It could be that you're involved with an air sign, and if you're a man, it could be a woman. If you're a woman, it could be a man. It's female, male, it's whoever you're involved with. It's just the Jack's personality is a younger personality, and they could sometimes be a little bit irresponsible. You know, the kind of person that tells you they're going to be there and then doesn't show up. The Jack of Swords, or the Jack of Spades, ushers in quickly. So he could be like a whirlwind, comes in fast, goes out fast, but he's generally someone that moves pretty fast. So that's the kind of feeling that I get for you for January. Something's coming in fast. It could be an air sign. Now, Gemini, in February, you've got the Two of Hearts, which is the love affair card. So if you're with this air sign, you could take your relationship to the next level in February. Now, the air sign, it could be his sun, moon, rising. I mean, it could be, it's open for interpretation. It also, if you even take it even broader, it could be that he's not even an air sign. He's just quick, young, irresponsible, kind of a little bit rebellious. So when you think of the Jacks, you just think of them as not always being like, they haven't grown into the king yet, okay? But in February, it looks like you're taking your relationship to the second level. Now you have the Queen of Spades in March, which the Queen of Spades is like the Queen of Swords. And you know, she's like, she's cut and dry and to the point. And it also could be your Jack is maturing and growing up, or it could be a woman that you're having a difficult time with. It could be a coworker, it could be a friend, it could be your mother, it could be an air sign. It could just be someone that's difficult, like the kind of person that like you're going out on Saturday night with your friend, and you come out of your apartment and your friend is like, you're not wearing that, are you? Like, that's kind of the Queen of Spades kind of thing. The Queen of Spades can be like a little bit of a bitch, to say the least. So just look out for that in March. Now in April, Gemini, you've got the Ten of Spades. The Ten of Spades is like the Ten of Swords. It's deceit. It could be an institution. It could be trouble with the law. It's usually more or less like feeling betrayed, being betrayed. Somebody's betrayed your trust. Put your trust in someone, and then they, you know, they kind of screwed you. So I don't like that. That's in April. So just take a look of that. And then in May, you've got the Eight of Spades, which is kind of like feeling up against the wall, can't get out of my own way, bound, stuck, I can't move forward, tied. So it could have something to do with this Queen of Spades, which it might start in March, and then now it's carrying through until April, you know, March, April, May. And sometimes, you know, this could be someone that you work with. I mean, I've had trouble over the years with women that I worked with. And that could definitely be, and it's definitely an issue. In my situation, I mean, it had almost become laughable because everybody knew, you know, my Queen of Spades. Like, it was like, she just didn't like me. And there was, when someone doesn't like you, it doesn't matter what you do, they're never going to like you. And you could be nice to them. It's just what it is. So you know what? You just let it go. Don't let it bother you because it's their loss. Whatever. Got no patience for that. February, March, April, May. In June, you've got the King of Hearts, which is the loving father card. It's also a water sign. So this could be somebody that you're involved with, Gemini. It could be a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces. And it could be really feeling the love in where are we? June, January, February, March, April, in June. So the summer comes and things start to turn around. Unfortunately, in July, there is a little bit of a heartbreak. Now, heartbreak, it doesn't always have to be something totally catastrophic. It could also just be like a little bit of a letdown. Maybe you planned a trip and then you wind up, you can't get the time off of work. All right, it's a letdown, but you know what? The world's not coming to an end. So let's not get too crazy over that because, like I said, this is a very general reading. Very general. So in August, you've got the wish card, Nine of Hearts. So if you were recently found that something let you down, you're going to make up for it in August. So don't worry so much, Gemini. Then in September, you have the Seven of Clubs. And the clubs, I always think of like mental talk. The sevens, I mean, there could be a little bit of arguments, bickering, but it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Sometimes a little bit of static, a little bit of tension is good. It's exciting. It's it's a little bit of passion. 7 is a spiritual number, so you could have a soulmate connection here happening. You've got the King of Hearts. You've got the Wish card. Things are moving forward. And then where are we? We're up to, this is October, the 10 of Clubs, which is like the 10 of Wands. So you kind of feel like you're a little bit behind the 8 ball. Maybe you're worried about something. You know, life has its ups and downs, not the end of the world, but you also now in November have the Jack of Hearts. So while the Jack is a little bit immature and he's a water sign, he is like the knight in shining armor. So it could be, sometimes, and I've seen it in my own personal life, comes in like a king, and then when you get to know him, he's a little bit more like a Jack. But hell, no one's perfect. So they're water signs, but you've got 2 Jacks here and you have a king in this spread. So I'm not even going to be too concerned about the Queen of Spades because I kind of feel like it's a little bit insignificant. King and a Jack brings someone back. So if there's somebody that's like, in your past that you're waiting to hear from, or if you're waiting for a relationship to move forward, that could definitely be the case. You've got 2 7s here, which is spiritual. You have the Wish card, and this is like throughout the year. You also have the 2 of Hearts, which is the relationship card. You have the heartbreak, and in the last month, December, you have the 2 of Clubs. So with the 2 of Clubs, I see it like talk, gossip, communication, a lot of things happening, but that's looking forward to next December. The overall feel of the year is the 7 of Hearts, which means that you have choices. Now, the one thing that I do want to look up, because I don't remember this on the top of my head all the time, I usually don't read like this. Like I said, this is very general, but you know what? It's fun and whatever. A year from now, we can look back on it and see if any of this, there goes a rock from the salt lamp. We can look back on it and see if anything came true. So I want to look up what the 3 2s mean, because I feel like that's significant. Let me just look it up here. You could see here on the cover of this book, which is the book that I learned from, that's the spread that I'm doing. Well, this is one of the books that I've learned from. Sometimes I feel like it's just easy and quick to just pull the couple of cards, Just pull 5 cards, you can get your answers that way. 3 2s. All right, well, first let's look here. You've got 2 Jacks, which is discussions, and you got discussions definitely in December. And you have 3 2s. 3 2s, so the overall reading is a change in direction. So if you think that things have kind of gotten stagnant at this point, we're changing directions next year. And you're going to have some choices, Gemini. Definitely some choices. So things are looking good for you. And if you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Jar, don't forget to subscribe and share us with your friends. And if you have a question that you'd like to get in before tomorrow night, the full moon ritual that I'll be doing, I'm doing the ritual at about 9:15, 9:20 Eastern Standard Time. If you can get the question in before 7:30, it'll give me some time to do the reading and post it before we get to the ritual. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.